Well, hello everyone, and welcome back into my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making risotto. I know a lot of people have difficulty making this recipe, but you know what? It's nothing to be afraid of. I've had friends that have told me over the years, you have to stand and stir and stir and stir. It's simply not true. You do have to do a lot of stirring, but it's not a constant thing. I know some of these old world people might say to me, no, you're supposed to stir. Trust me, we're gonna do some of this together. So first of all, we're starting off with some great ingredients. Of course, arborio rice, some freshly grated pecorino. I like pecorino. I've got some ground Parmesan. I'm using a vegan broth today. You can use chicken broth. I wouldn't recommend beef broth, but you can do vegan, you can do vegetable, or you can do chicken broth. My preference for the flavor is vegan broth, and I'm not necessarily a vegan. And of course, some freshly ground pepper. We'll also use some lovely olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, and some white wine. Okay, let us get started here. So I'm gonna take my olive oil. I've already preheated my pot a little bit here. And so you want the oil so it's actually really hot. And then I'm gonna take in the arborio rice, I'm gonna pour that in. I'm just going to swirl this around a little bit. When I'm swirling it around, I just want to coat the arborio with the oil, and I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I'm going to put my broth in here. I'm going to add in initially 4 cups of water. So it actually takes 5 cups. So 5 cups of water to 1 cup of arborio. And give us a good old stir right now, okay? So I'm going to just stir this up. Pan's nice and hot, or pot's nice and hot. I'm going to take in my pepper. I'm going to add in my pepper. I'm using about, a good tablespoon of pepper there. I like my pepper. Now I'm using some white wine here. The alcohol always cooks out of it, just gives it the depth of flavor. Also too, I'm using a Pinot Grigio. And it's an Ontario Pinot Grigio. Because Ontario does Gewürztraminer and Pinot Grigio so well. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put in, let me see. Love that smell. So I put in just about half a cup. I'm going to stir that round now. And I'm going to let it stir. And then at each interval, when we add liquid, we let it get to we let it reduce down until it's almost sticking to the bottom. And I say almost, okay? You don't want it to be stuck. So I keep my little measuring cup over here, my big measuring cup over here with my ladle, and I work from here. And my little station here gets a little messy because I don't put anything underneath it, you know? This is not one of those fancy schmancy cooking shows. So I'm gonna give us another stir here. So now the consistency that we're coming at here, it's still fairly liquidy, and that's not what we want. We want this to reduce just a little bit more. Now while it's reducing, and only for this first stage here, I'm actually going to add the dried Parmesan in here right now. If you add in all the other cheeses right away, trust me, it'll get sticky and gooey, and it will just not be good. Okay, so I'm going to give this another stir. Okay, now we're getting to that spot. I'm going to bring this back over again, okay, and give you a show. Okay. I'll bring this over. Actually, just hang on a second. I'm going to bring the camera over. Add in a couple of ladles full of the water. Can you see inside here? Bring it on over. Let's get a good show here. So now you just want to stir this. And now it's getting a rapid kind of boil. I don't want that. So I'm going to turn my burner down to just under medium. And because I don't want it that rapid. Okay. Okay, giving that stir now, and I'm going to add 2 more ladles full. And now I'm at the point in my measuring cup that I need to add the 1 more cup of water. Just adding in another couple of ladles full here as we get going. 2 things, and you may be thinking, okay, since we added about half a cup of wine, do we need to reduce the moisture from here? The answer to that is no. Your risotto will not come out soggy. You add a little bit more than a half a cup, yeah, it might. The other thing also too, a little note of caution here, is when you're stirring, you know, you're having conversation with people, you're doing your thing, and you notice, oh gee, I need to get back because it's absorbed a lot, and it gets a little sticky on the bottom. Fear not. Add a ladleful in, and then take, because you're using a wood spoon, I hope, okay? Don't use a metal spoon on this. And you're just going to rub back and forth. Oh, I can feel some right here, because I'm talking to you. So you're just going to rub it back and forth to kind of like a deglaze, right? Like you would. Okay. So I'm just going to keep on adding, and I'll see you in a moment. Now we're almost finished here, and you can tell if you were looking at the clock, we're in about 40 minutes now. Again, it's not been a constant stir thing. So there are the other things that you need to do. If you need to put some, if you're a meat eater, put some chicken or something in the oven that you're going to be, your accompaniment for this. So now, as it's bubbling away over here, it's not stuck to the bottom, but if I don't stir, it's going to. I'm going to take this, the pecorino. Now this is, believe me, this is a full cup, maybe even a little bit more. I'm a cheesy kind of person, you know. I like cheese. And then I'm just going to stir this in. I'm going to turn the heat off now completely. Stir this in. Scrape around the sides to get all the gooky stuff off the sides. Not gooky, all the deliciousness off the side. Let's put it at that. And we'll stir this round and round. Now I'm going to take this off the burner. Come and look. It looking absolutely gorgeous. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna let this sit. I'm gonna put a lid on it, let it sit for about 10 minutes, let it rest, absorb all the rest of the moisture, and then of course we're gonna do a little taste test. Oh, and by the way, when I say see you in a mo, no, you'll see me in a mo. And here we are at the end. Well, sort of the end. So it's been sitting and soaking and absorbing, and it's looking absolutely gorgeous, and I do mean gorgeous. By the way, this is a very creamy risotto. Now you can put one on whatever you like on the top. You can put on a little bit of parsley. I've got a little bit of dried parsley here. A little bit of parsley on the top. You can add some chives on there. Generally, I actually add more cheese to the top. Like I already warned you, I'm cheesy, right? And it smells wonderful, has a lovely texture to it. It's not gummy, it's not hard. Some people like this al dente, I don't. I like mine cooked. And, hot, oh my goodness, the texture, the flavor. The cheese has enough salt in it to bring out all these different flavors from the broth as well. Oh my goodness. Remember to subscribe, if I could say that properly. Remember to subscribe, tell all your friends about this, and shoot me off a note at the bottom of, in the comments section. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming back to my kitchen. See you again.